Greetings, Indie Warriors! Are you getting ready for turkey soon? Seeing lots of Christmas merchandise up in retail stores already, huh? Of course you are! Welcome back for another edition of The Dream Drop, where we run down all of the exciting indie, AA, and niche titles for this week. This time we're covering November 10th through the 16th of 2025. It's been an absolutely insane year for indie games up to this point, but we aren't even close to done yet. In fact, this November looks really packed with great content. Now please note this list does not include early access games. And real quick, why not celebrate the upcoming holidays by helping us bring visibility to indies? Head over to patreon.com/idreamofindiegames and you'll gain Discord access to the greatest indie gaming community. Enjoy early ad-free shows, get a shout out at the end of every single video we produce, our podcast 3 days early, and so much more. But best of all, you're supporting indie visibility. Alright, before we get into all of those amazing indie releases for the week, we want to take a quick moment to thank our awesome indie sponsor for this episode. It's Demon Stick, launching Q2 of 2026. But why not use our link in the description box below to toss it on your wish list right now? Rage out in the underworld as you control a cursed stick. In Demon Stick, a savage physics-based climb through hell and back, you are a demon trapped within a stick and sent to the very bottom of hell. It's a nightmare brought to life as you bounce your way through tricky puzzles and platforming sections. It might be easy to control, but it won't be light on challenge, that's for sure. There's no checkpoints to bail you out here as you explore horrific environments one hop at a time. It's gonna be a hell of a game, so get down to that description box below and stick it to the man. Toss Demon Stick on your wish list now. It's a game that will stick with you. Once again, a big up to Artur Latkovsky for sponsoring this episode of The Dream Drop, but you know what time it is now. That's right, it's on to the indies. Here we go! Did you miss Martian city builder Surviving Mars back when it originally launched in 2018? Well, fear not, because it's back and better than ever in remastered, reworked form as Surviving Mars Relaunched. Launching at $39.99 USD, 50% discount for returning owners, Surviving Mars includes all previously released DLC, with some bits of new reworked content as well as a couple of upcoming brand new paid expansions expected to launch through 2026. So if you missed this game the last time around, there's no better time to jump in and create a lasting and prosperous Martian colony. The next game on the list is for all the Kingsfield fans out there. Verho, Curse of Faces is a dark first-person RPG that takes place after the era of Solitude, when everyone must wear masks to protect themselves against the Curse of Faces, which means instant death for anybody who takes their mask off. Engage in difficult battles, acquire ancient artifacts, and try to lift the Curse of Faces, or harness it for your own misdeeds. Verho Curse of Faces launches on November 10th. Next up on the list is Ambrosia Sky, a fascinating immersive sim which, despite the initial appearance of screenshots, is not a shooter. Instead, this is a game focused on exploration and cleaning and calls itself a sci-fi clean-em-up. You'll have to cleanse the colony of unique deadly fungi, harvest them to craft upgrades, and further your understanding of what disaster befell this station. An immersive cleaning sim was not on my 2025 bingo card, but we're always here for unique concepts like this, and can't wait to check out Ambrosia Sky when Act 1 releases on the 10th. Now for something completely different, VORON, Raven's Story has you guiding Odin's Raven from Norse mythology to help guide lost souls. Explore an open world, learn new abilities and acrobatics, solve puzzles, and take on trials on your path to the world of gods. If what you seek is the peak of what you can explore with a beak, VORON, Raven's Story should be on your list to check out when it releases this week. Next up is Shard Squad. It's Shard Squad. Totally an accident, literally. Shard Squad combines inspiration from the likes of Vampire Survivors-esque Bullet Heaven gameplay and Creature Collectors, while mixing them into the format of an action roguelike. Recruit a squad of over 20 different shards with characteristics like fire, water, nature, and electricity to save the world of Melunia. Combining traits between creatures can allow for powerful effects and new abilities. Okay, I know there are a lot of roguelites out there, but this one is a little bit different. Yes, My Queen is a chess roguelite where you're bending the rules of the game and playing run-altering cards to save your queen and escape. Build your army of chess figures as you go, starting with just a few figurines and building your way up to the indomitable master of the game. While losses are certainly expected, the accumulation of mana between runs to buy new cards and chess pieces can give you a solid chance at escaping escaping the dungeon. Yes, my queen launches on Steam like many other games apparently this week. Next up is your Big Cute Monster Farm, which is a game about running a tiny, ugly, okay, you got me, the title is indeed pretty self-explanatory. Taking cues from the recent trend of idle games that live in part of your screen while you do other things, your Big Cute Monster Farm tucks itself away at the bottom of your screen and idly handles all of the farming tasks for you. Feel free to take a break from whatever you're doing to rearrange your facilities, decorate your farm, or just enjoy watching this cozy world grow on its own. Your Big Cute Monster Farm arrives on Steam. Disco Elysium fans rejoice because we've got a new disco-like in town. Can I say disco-like? Is that a thing? Rue Valley is a story-driven RPG about a man trapped in a time loop. As he struggles with his mental health in a journey of self-discovery, this player-defined character will encounter a large cast of colorful characters himself as you work your way through unraveling the secrets of this bizarre time anomaly. Let's hope Rue Valley lives up to its potential when it releases on the 11th. Next, the developers of Hyper Light Drifter and Hyper Light Breaker are coming out with a brand new action side-scroller called Possessors. Inspired by platform fighters, the story will put you in the shoes of Luca and Rem as they make their way through a quarantined city that's been nearly destroyed by what's only described as an interdimensional catastrophe. While what that exactly means isn't certain, what is certain is that Possessors visually looks really nice in the trailer, and we only hope the gameplay can match it. Possessors lands on Steam November 11th. Just like the last game. In the AAA world, turning around a sequel to a hit game in only 2.5 years is somehow unheard of. But in the indie space, it's certainly a possibility. Wall World 2 has you piloting a robo-spider into the wall to find all sorts of lost technologies, upgrade yourself, and do it all over again in this mining roguelike experience. Promising deeper gameplay and an expansion of the mechanics of the first game, fans of Wall World will not want to miss this sequel when it hits on the 11th. We love seeing unique concepts in the indie space, and quite possibly have never seen anything like Goodnight Universe. In Goodnight Universe, you play as Isaac, a 6-month-old baby that's developed strange psychic powers and an uncanny self-awareness despite still being in diapers. This new title from the developers of Before Your Eyes, a sky-high indie pedigree if we've ever known one, will have you once again using your camera as a controller by playing with your eyes and helping Isaac avoid the mysterious tech corporation that wants him and his psychic powers for their own nefarious means. This is quite possibly the most innovative-sounding indie release this week. Next on the list, Windswept, a cute and colorful 90s-style buddy platformer where marbles and checkers are a duck and a turtle that need your help to find their way home. It may look adorable, but don't be fooled. This will not be an easy game with over 40 stages intended to test your skills as you explore for hidden secrets and bonus challenges and die and retry again and again. We will without a doubt be checking out this release later this week. The prolific developers of Tetris Effect are back, but doing a complete audio-visual transformation of classic puzzler Lumines. Anybody who's played Tetris Effect probably knows what you're in for already, but Lumines Arise elevates the core gameplay of Lumines with an incredible presentation that elevates the gameplay by slowly ramping up each song as you progress, triggering amazing effects and some dazzling visuals. It also comes with both standard and VR modes, so there's no doubt Lumines Arise will be worth playing when it releases on PC and PS5 this week. I don't think Pixel Combat Zombie Shooter is going to gain many fans with its generic name alone, but that aside, it looks like a delightful lo-fi first-person shooter where you'll have to fight through a zombie apocalypse by defending your home while crafting and upgrading equipment. Your house has become the last stronghold of humanity while zombies from all different time periods break through dimensions and come for your brains. Pixel Combat Zombie Shooter releases on the 11th as well. Not every birthday can be a banger. Maybe you didn't get the present you wanted. Maybe no one showed up to your party. Or maybe you're being hunted by unstable pursuers who want you dead, all equally as bad as each other. Well, in Bittersweet Birthday, you'll have to deal with the last one, and in between story-driven adventure, you'll have to battle through bosses that will test your mettle, needing you to dodge bullet hell chaos and utilize Souls-like precision to win each fight. You'll explore our protagonist's past trauma, confront truths, and eventually get to your birthday party when Bittersweet Birthday has a sweet release this week. If puzzle games could save the natural world, I'm sure we'd all be cracking out the jigsaws, but unfortunately, that is only possible in Unpetrified Echoes of Nature, at least for now. You'll play as a stone golem, and with the help of an adorable fox companion, solve environmental puzzles to reconnect sources of energy in a colorful world that is full of secrets and history, as well as pretty animals. As you solve puzzles, you'll brighten the world with nature, as well as become adorned with the plants and flowers you bring back. So get ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery when this one rolls into stores on the 11th. I considered doing this entire entry in Morse code, but I thought it might get a bit confusing after a while, so I suppose we'll have to settle with words. Morse is an upcoming strategy game that challenges you to use Morse code to navigate a grid of letters and numbers, all while using your artillery to expose enemy positions and sink their ships before your blockade is broken by the Kaiser's fleet. The minimal art style and simple gameplay cycle may seem basic, but you'll need to juggle your knowledge of Morse code with your tactical choices as wave after wave of enemy ships hit your waters. Morse launches on November. Bullet hells are all the rage right now, and Let Them Come Onslaught takes that genre and adds a retro sci-fi spin as you fight to take down hordes of aliens while jamming out to a vintage soundtrack. Take down enemy extraterrestrials in this unique-looking experience that has a really wonderful, vibrant art style to it with an entirely original soundtrack. So fans of shooting that just won't stop will hopefully have an out-of-this-world time when the game launches later in the week. We're getting cozy this winter with the woodland survival game Winter Burrow, a game all about restoring your little mousy home. You'll need to venture out into the wilderness to gather resources that will allow you to craft tools and upgrades, make food, and even knit yourself a little woolly sweater. You'll also need to make sure you chat to the local neighbors, as they're the ones who might be able to help you find your missing aunt and restore your childhood burrow back to its cozy glory. With its beautiful design and wholesome gameplay, you'll definitely want to cozy up with a hot chocolate when this one drops on the 12th. How good of a friend do you have to be to travel down 1 million floors to save them? I'd say at least a smidge more than acquaintances. Well, our protagonist Moma is off into the deep underground world of Million Depth in an attempt to find her pal, but things aren't quite going to plan as her timelines are rippling into one another and causing huge issues. Luckily, our gal Moma has the ability to freeze time, allowing you to analyze your situation and plan your next moves. You'll have to upgrade your weapons and shields to make your life easier as you descend into the depths, but be wary because they could break at any time. Dive into Million Depth this week. 2D platforming Metroidvania GIGASWORD also hits Steam this week and is the perfect pixel story for people who like a bit of thinking to go along with their fighting. Our hero Ezra must balance the GIGASWORD as he fights through a labyrinthian building to reach the top and recover the God Crystal within. In typical Metroidvania fashion, you'll need to uncover secrets, unlock abilities, and adapt to the changing world ahead of you. Solving puzzles is also imperative as you'll need every bit of help you can get to save your people. Grab this one on the 13th. Sticker books may seem old school, but as we know, everything old is new again, and Little Corners has us playing with our sticker books in a slightly less vintage way as you create lots of different fantasy rooms, layering your stickers to build the rooms to your heart's content. The world is your oyster, within the realm of your stickers, of course, and once you've completed your room, you'll be able to customize your backdrops and share pictures of your creations with the world. There's plenty of items to stick on and worlds to create when Little Corners launches this week. Love is in the air, or in the diner, I guess, with Love at the Milky Way Diner dropping its drawers on the 13th. This very cozy indie takes place in a galaxy far, far away, and will have you making choices, flirting with residents, cooking food, and chilling out to some lovely lo-fi beats. Players should anticipate over 50 unique recipes to choose between, and 9 different dateable characters with a massive branching story to unravel. It sounds like a date to me. Sometimes it's nice to just go for a ride, so why not do just that with the release of Driving Life, coming to us on the 14th. This isn't a leisurely trip down the highway, however, as it's more of a survival game. Explore the outskirts of America, earn cash, drive a variety of vehicles, and do whatever it takes to get by. Just make sure to take some photos along the way, if you can afford a camera. Well, combining disco and samurai certainly sounds pretty cool on paper now, doesn't it? In this cyberpunk action romp, Disco Samurai, you'll control a strong female lead with combat that flows to the rhythm of the beat. Carefully learn to parry and dodge your foes, and then counter those attacks at the right moment. Seems like a great game for those of you with bumpin' sound systems that also like action. Take a slice out of this one coming to us from Pixel Fiber, and we dig games. The darkness is coming. This happens in a lot of video games. Dark Atlas Infernum is a bleak first-person survival horror game that will mess with your mind, putting you in control of Natalia. Immerse yourselves in the horror of it all as you try to survive dark hallways and avoid what lingers in the dark. If you didn't get scared enough through Halloween, add this spooker to your ever-growing wishlist of indie gaming goodness. Fans of extraction-based FPS games can jump into Escape from Tarkov, a game that will have you shooting down waves of foes, taking part in massive raids in hopes of surviving. This is about the furthest thing from my genre of games, but fans of shooters that are looking to play yet another one with some friends should aim their sights on this release, which is coming from Battlestate Games. It has a ton of followers, but I can't say I'm very familiar with it myself. And closing out our week, more action with Shelldiver. Thankfully, this is a much more lighthearted affair, as it is an incremental game that follows the story of turtles, jellyfish, and many other sea creatures. Explore tons of oceanic locations as you attempt to help the local turtle community grow and prosper. Collect and eat jellyfish by trapping them, and watch those bonus points roll in. You can take a deep dive with this one on the 16th for the PC platform. And that's going to do it for this week, folks, but we hope you found some awesome indie games to add to your library. Voice to the voiceless, and we'll see you on the channel for all the latest in indie gaming.